Sure. Here's a rewritten version of your video script with the same message, but in different words and a more natural flow. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some major updates to cover, especially when it comes to the geopolitical landscape and Iraq's economy. If you're keeping an eye on the Iraqi dinar or have investments tied to it, you'll definitely want to hear this. Let's kick things off with the latest developments involving Iran. Tensions are rising again. Iran has issued a fresh warning to the United States, saying they'll respond quickly and strongly to any perceived threats. In fact, they delivered this message formally to a Swiss diplomat in Tehran, who represents US interests there. This escalation isn't something we can overlook. It could have wider implications for the entire Middle East and might even affect economic trends in the region. Now, shifting focus to Iraq, some very promising efforts are underway to strengthen the country's economy. One big step is the launch of a national financial education initiative called the Revaluation campaign. Over the next 2 months, Iraq's government, under Prime Minister Sudani, aims to raise public awareness about financial matters. You might be wondering why it's taking 2 months. Well, meaningful change takes time. A well-executed campaign could boost financial literacy and create long-term economic benefits. Despite the political instability and fluctuations in oil prices, Iraq is taking steps in the right direction. Stabilizing the economy is key to strengthening the Iraqi dinar, and there are signs of progress. A healthier economy often leads to a stronger national currency, which could be great news for investors. Now, let's dive deeper into the Iraqi dinar itself. As you probably know, the dinar has had a roller coaster ride over the years. For many investors, it's been a waiting game, hoping for the value to rise. But one of the hot topics right now is Iraq's potential plan to delete the zeros from its currency. What does that mean? Essentially, this would involve removing the extra zeros on the dinar notes, so a 10,000 dinar bill might become a 10 dinar note. On the surface, it sounds like a simple adjustment, but in reality, it has deep implications. The big question is, how will this affect your investment? There's concern that deleting the zeros could reduce the perceived value of the currency, which may worry some investors. However, there's another option that's being discussed, revaluing the dinar without changing the actual physical currency. Revaluation would mean increasing the exchange rate of the dinar, giving each note more purchasing power. For investors, this could be a safer and more beneficial outcome. Your existing dinars would become more valuable without needing to exchange them for new ones. Trust is the key here. For the Iraqi dinar to gain long-term value, people need confidence in it. A sudden change, like deleting zeros, might shake that trust, while a smart and gradual revaluation could enhance it. Looking at history, Kuwait faced a similar scenario in the 90s. They successfully revalued their currency without changing their notes, which stabilized their economy and rewarded investors. And here's the part that might really interest you. There are whispers that changes could be coming soon, potentially even by the first week of April. Some experts believe this could be a pivotal time for the dinar, so it's a period worth watching closely. If you're involved in forex or currency investing, you don't want to miss out. But don't think you need to wait for a global revaluation of every currency. Often, just a few key currencies making a move can cause ripple effects across the market. If the US dollar shifts in value, it could impact the Iraqi dinar as well. So stay strategic. As April approaches, keep an eye on important economic indicators like inflation, interest rates, and employment data. Changes in political leadership or trade agreements can also influence currency stability. Being informed and alert to these factors can give you a competitive edge. One of the smartest moves you can make right now is diversifying your portfolio. Don't lock yourself into just one asset or currency. A healthy mix of stable and emerging assets can help protect your investments. I know someone who benefited from this strategy. Not long ago, they held a currency that suddenly revalued positively. They were ready, and the timing paid off. Looking at the global picture, economies around the world are slowly recovering. Governments are taking steps to stabilize their financial systems, which creates a more favorable climate for currency revaluations. But remember, it's not just about waiting. You need to be ready before the opportunity hits. If you're holding dinars or other currencies that have potential, now might be the time to start preparing for an exchange. Be proactive, not reactive.